Hello and welcome back to the Drivers' Room Endurance Championship here at Alsace. We're in the Group 4 cars today, and let's take a look at the leaderboard after round 5. We can see that Plux has now finally clawed back the lead from F1 after his storming start, with Nijogger holding on to a strong third position, with Muller taking over the fourth position from Gadget after a strong second place last time out. Let's see what happened in round 6. As we take a look at the grid now, we can see F1 on pole with Nijogger in second. But let's see what everyone's strategy was for this round. As you join us here at dusk in Alsace, we have F1 on pole in the Toyota running super softs all round, followed by Nijogger in the Megane Trophy, also running super softs all round. Then we've got Plux in the Cayman running softs. Ben with an excellent qualifying in 4th position in Toyota on super softs. Gadget running softs on the fast starting Nissan. Look for him at the start. And we've got Lorcas on mediums in the BMW. Wangino in the Citroen running mediums on the front and softs on the rear. Then we've got Jules running softs on his Megane Trophy. Then we've got Fours on softs in the Cayman. Daz running supers on the Lamborghini. And then we've got Rocker on mediums in his Lamborghini, Haldir on softs in the Mustang, V8 on a split racing soft super soft strategy, Jammy on softs, and Grim at the back on racing soft and super soft tyres. Let's see what took place in the race. So as the lights now start to come on, we can hear the revs building. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights and 5 lights, waiting on the starter's orders, and we are away. Let's see what happens. It looks like F1's got a terrible start, as has Ben. Toyota never starts well. It's going to be a drag race between Plux and Nijogger. Up to turn 1. You can see Plux going around the outside, pinching Nijogger a little bit on the inside. He's going to have a better run, but it looks like F1's got up to speed now. That Toyota has got exceedingly good acceleration up the hill. Let's see what happens. He's in the slipstream of Plux's Cayman, which is not very good up hills. Accelerates poorly because it's got too long in gear ratios. And it looks like Gadget's going to be in the mix as well. We've got F1 going down the inside here into turn 3. He's going to have the run around the long sweeping left-hander of turn 4. He won't be able to cut in because Plux is going to be there. Plux is now taking the lead back, but F1's going to have the momentum around the outside. It's going to be 3 wide almost as we come into the next right-hander. Plux is going to have to make it wide. Oh, he steps the back end out. That is one of the problems with the new update on the Cayman. You see Plux running wide. Oh, and he's hit the grass. He's going to have to back off. He's not quite sure, I think, where everyone else is. He's packed it off. Gadget runs through. Gadget's gone a little bit wide there. Looks like F1's clear away. Nijogger now around the outside. Let's take another look at the start. So we're on board with Jules. Let's see what happened here. Good sight of the bad start for Ben and the Toyota. There it is. It's the problem with the GT86, it just does not get off the line. No one's figured out how to make them start yet. You can see among there, as we get a bit more 360 camera action. So we're on board with Rocker. So we've got bunched up midfield. We see this quite often with Group 4 cars, because they're fairly sort of a little bit of lag there for Grim. And Haldir's gone off wide. Managed to gather that all back together. That's an incredible bit of driving there by Haldir after making that mistake. And there's Daz in the Mistral, the second race of the season. And we've got Ben. Oh, it looks like Forza has had a problem, and Ben's now had a problem spearing off. It looks like Forza who had the big issue though. And that is a shame. Haldir and Rocker also look like they're running slowly, so we'll have to see what happened there. contact probably. And Ben's had an absolute shocker at the start. Started 4th and he's down in 11th now. He's going to have to fight that back. So we're back on board with first place F1. He's looked at the class in the field in practice. Took pole position by about a second and a half. Unless something really goes wrong for him, as we're on board with Nijogger, who's looking at Gadget. Let's see what happens here. He's taking the... Oh, he's been punted. Off we go. What's happened here? Looks like it was Mangino. He's got the 2-second penalty. Another thing is this track's quite wide open. It's very hard to actually burn off any penalty time here. We'll see that through the race. It's very difficult to burn them off. And it's Claus and Rocker having a good fight at the back of the field. Second place Pluxtheduck, being chased down by Gadget. In the early laps we would expect Gadget to be very quick in the Nissan, but if the front tyre wear falls off, oh, he goes for a bit of a late lunge there just to keep himself from Plux's mirrors. Cayman is not very strong around this track. It's probably its weakest track so far. See back first from Gadget, now from Plux. Struggling with braking. You've seen that in practice. Of course, they had an update last week. It didn't seem to affect the Group 2 cars too much, but these Group 4 cars have been upset a little bit, I think, by the new update, especially with the return of the snap oversteer under braking kind of bug that was in the game last year. Kind of returned. Oh, nice move there by Jules down the inside of Daz. Into the downhill left-hander. Ben's already managed to get up 3 positions. Good work by him. Of course, 2 of those though would have been the incident involving Nijogger and Mangino. So we're on board with Grim up in a strong 9th position. There's Min. And Nijogger there. He's going to have a long recovery drive today. Rumblings that he might be going for a 1-stop strategy on Super Softs, which would be quite frankly incredible. We'll see if F1 can do the same. His Super Softs in the Toyota. A bit more close action here at the back. Paul's still stalking the back of Rocker, has been back on board with Gadget. He's managed to stay with Plux around the lap. And there's Lucas, who's having a great start. Remember, he's on medium tyres. He should be dropping away from these guys, but he's really keeping up with them for now. So we look back from Pluxtheduck, championship leader. Though for how long we don't know. If F1 keeps this up and goes for a clean sweep, he'll retake the championship lead with 2 rounds left. It doesn't look like there's anything Plux can do. F1 has disappeared off into the distance on those soft tyres. Oh, super soft tyres, sorry. That's in the quite thirsty BMW. We'll see how he deals with that thirstiness. We'll have to use a little bit of mix 2 in places to try and balance out the fuel use. So good. Oh, Ben's up another position here. We missed that on Jules. That's a shame. We were expecting the McGanns to be quick here. I think what we weren't quite expecting is how fast the Toyotas were here. Toyota had a bit of a boost in the update in terms of the handling model and its effects. We're on board with Daz and the Lamborghini. V8 and Daz both following each other at the moment. So this is a good run for them. Oh, Jules runs wide. Here's Rare. Grim's under attack. Goes all the way around the outside. Jogger's going to probably cut back, try and get him on exit. On board more with 360 cam. Is he going to go for a cheeky dive? No, Grim just kind of cut that off as a possibility. So we're going, go for the over-under. Get back on the power a bit better, but that Mustang's got a good grip out the corner and a very good grunt to punch himself out the corner. Jump forward now. field to Gadget, who's dropping Lorcas now. You see Ben had a problem there, but he's caught all the way back up to 7th already, which is exceedingly impressive. Oh, he runs a bit wide though, went in a little bit deep. He'll recover because of the impressive torque of the Toyota's motor. Does get a lot of good grunt as we flip around just to see. But what's really improved the Toyota is its, well, that doesn't quite show off how much it's improved, but it has been improved. Let's watch F1 through this corner. It's just very stable under braking, which it was before, but you'll see maybe a few times the Cayman doesn't have this, and these two have been the class of the field in the Group 4 class this season. And now there's been a big advantage kind of swung towards the Toyota. Oh, Gadget's had a problem there. He's caught the inside curve, and that could be really unfortunate for him, because the game does sometimes throw up stupid penalties. And we'll have to see if Gadget can get away with not getting one, and if he does get one, can he burn it off? There's now all over the back of Lorcas. Yep, there it is. Quite frankly, ridiculous penalty for Gadget. 5 seconds for crashing gives him a 5-second penalty. It's a little unfair, but he'll have to roll with that. Nothing he can do. Oh, V8's made a mistake. That's another position for Ben. And he's heading back towards where he started. And there's Nijogger. He hasn't come up positions quite as fast as we'd expect. Still stuck in 10th position. There's Grim. There's Jamie and Halder. They're having a good old scrap here. It's unfortunately Jamie's final race with the driver's room for a while. He's taking an extended break. We're very sad to see him go. He's a big member of the community, does a lot of live streams. All of the driver's room races he does live stream. As I interrupt myself to bring you this battle with Daz on Lorcas. Been working on him for a while. Let's see if he can find a place to come through. Of course, every lap he loses that advantage. As we flip around on 360 cam to see if Ben's caught up, and I think he has closed the gap a little bit. On board with Ben now. Oh, he's run wide onto the grass, hits the barrier. Oh, can he save it? Oh no, he just touches the grass on the other side. Jules, full commitment. That was impressive. Of course, we do have ghosting, but it is still impressive when people don't lift through a whole barrel of tyre smoke. On board with Gadget. It has started dropped by Plux. Lorcas staying with him. It's very close now for the third position. Looks like Nijogger's jumped up a few positions into 8th now. On board with Ben, who's back down to 12th after that second incident. Who's got it all to do again. Jamie can't even really fight him off there. He just went to the inside and had to let him through, really, because Ben was just flying. That Toyota has really shown its pace. Super soft tyres. I don't think the tyre wear is quite as good for Ben as it has been for F1, but of course Ben has had those incidents. Spore's working on Jamie. Is he going to try and send one up into the hairpin? Trying to loop it around the outside. He slides Let's throw on the inside on probably one of the trickiest corners on the track. The Cayman, whilst it is a good car, it has really suffered with understeer in the last update, because it requires the driver to be on the throttle quite a lot. And one of the the changes to the handling physics is when you're on full throttle or throttle at all, there's a lot more inbuilt push or understeer on the car. That's why the rocker is staying at the back for now. And the Atari car. As we're on board with F1, there's a man with no problems with understeer. He is just pulling away from the field for now. Nothing Plux can do to stop him this time. It's a bit of a role reversal from last week, where Plux had the advantage. The Gadget still hasn't managed to drop Lorcas on those medium tyres. So I think those front tyres on the GTR are starting to scream for changing. And there's Daz, who's also in a four-wheel drive car, I remember. But that Huracan seems to be doing a bit better. Let's see what happens as we jump forward now to lap 8. I do apologise for the sirens. Not much I can really do about that. Looks like Daz is finally making a move. Lorcas defends the inside, gets on the throttle reasonably well. There's Jules, and I think he's dragged Nidrover along with him. This is going to be a very close fight for a 4th position. Well, it does look like Nidrover is going to be in that fight. There's Lorcas. Point of view, he's going to have to give it up to Daz though. Daz makes a great move. But look how close they all are. Jules is going to try and sling it all the way around the outside to have the inside for the hairpin. And there's Nidrover. He's going to be biding his time. He's back on the power, probably best of everybody there. Be patient through here. As you see, F1 pitting on only lap 8, so that pretty much commits him, unless he's going for a different type of tyre, to a 3-stop strategy. So he's going for pace, and more pace today. He can come out here. He's come out in front of Plux, so I think that strategy is probably going to work for him. He's already lost an entire pit stop's worth of time in only 8 laps. Eighth position, that's Mongino, and Citroen. There's Ben, covered all the way back to ninth already, passing some of the slower cars. He'll be kicking himself about his mistakes he's made. He's definitely got a car good enough for the podium this time. There's Halder in 10th. Rumblings that Halder might be considering changing either the Group 3 or the Group 3 Mustang at the end of the season. We'll see which one he does get rid of. There's Rocker. Now ahead of Jammy and Fours. We've unfortunately lost Grim to disconnection. That's why there's only 14 cars left in the race. Oh, Fours makes a bit of an error there. Jules, whose tyres I think are just running out. There's me on the much fresher looking Super Softs, even though he's got a compound, you know, above Jules. He's managed to make them last much better. As we're on board with Lorcas, who's also managed to sling it down. Oh, Jules right on the limit of grip, both of these guys. And Nidrover's back up to 4th position. Remember, he was in the barrier the end of lap 1 after a punt and then an unfortunate second punt later on. Lap 10, there's Plux, who's been dropped. And we see Gadget now under pressure from Nidrover. You can see how destroyed those front tyres are. There's Plux is now in the pits. Oh. And like Gadget is too. Ninjago got a little bit too throttle happy there. Plux is, I think, managed to come out in front of him. Should be good for Plux's strategy. Ninjago looks like he's committed to the one stop. See how far he can go. Jules is out in fourth. Lorcas just behind. Oh no, these two haven't pitted. What am I talking about? Gadget, I mean, is out in sixth position. We'll see how quickly he can come up to the back of us. Lorcas has got a great run now. Let's see if he can sling it down the inside. It's a tricky corner, gets a bit of understeer. Jules should be able to hang on to this, but can he hold on through the long left-hand corner? It's very easy to go a little bit wide here. I think it's a great run through there, actually. The McGann Trophy got added to the game around this time last year. It was a bit of an OP car. Oh, Jules running out of front grip there, runs wide. That's allowed Lorcas through. Looks like Gadget's going to get a run on him as well. He's going to have to be careful. Big GTR around the outside. Lovely move. So as I was saying, the McGann Trophy was a bit of an OP car when it came in, but it's been slowly nerfed over time. It won't be quite as potent as it used to be. Looks like Gadget's accidentally left his hazard lights on. Now Gadget has got past Lorcas. Lorcas, oh my word, how much understeer do you want through there? I think these two are probably going to pit at the end of the lap. There's not really any point carrying on. Also trying to use the mediums. They seem to have blown to pieces. There's Daz, he's just pitted as well. Pitted at the end of lap 9, it looks like. There's Ben. Fighting his way back through the field again. He pitted last time out. Lap 7, so he's going for a 3-stop as well. And there's Rocker. So he's getting much actually possibly did 4s. We'll have to see what their strategies are like. We missed their pit stops. And there's Hal there. Running now on the super soft tyres. Soft tyres. Oh no, that's jamming, I do apologise. We're on board now for the battle for third position. Gadget has stormed up to the back of Ninjago. Of course, Ninjago hasn't pitted yet. He's going for the 1-stop. He'll need to pit. Probably lap 13 is the earliest he can pit if he's feeling confident in stretching those tyres. But there should be 30 laps in this race. You'll have to get quite a lot, as we see Lorcas and Daz having a fight again. Lorcas still hasn't pitted. I'm guessing Jules hasn't either, and that's really left him a little bit out there now. Lorcas's tyres are destroyed. Jules has pitted, and he's got back past. Yeah, it's a little bit behind this fight, but if these two squabble for too long, Jules on a fresh set of softs. Ben on slightly less fresh tyres, but still showing great pace. Daz ahead of them. Daz and that Lamborghini haven't always been the best of friends. Daz pitted on lap 9, so his tyres are going to start showing some signs of wear. There's Jules. See if he can stay with him. This will help him out. As we see Ninjago has pitted. We just saw that flash up. Gadget's through into third position. See where Ninjago comes out in relation to these guys. Probably need a small amount of fuel in that car. Yeah, he's taking fuel for the end. Where's he come out? There he is on the inside there. He's not going to be up to racing speed yet. Daz has gone by, as has Ben and Jules, so this is really going to cost Ninjago. As we skip further around this lap, you can see Daz in 4th position. Under attack by Ben. Ooh, that's a bit late into that corner, I think. Yeah, he's run wide. Let's see if Ben can get a good exit. He can. He's closed up half the gap. That's one of the corners on this track, which is so critical to that. Oh! Daz has hit that inside wall, and Ben's driven straight to the back of him. He's managed to get away with no damage, which is lucky for Ben. And has Daz. He's managed to keep Nijogger behind. He's going to be on those super soft tyres, going on that one stop. It's an aggressive strategy, but if you can make it work, you should get all the way back up to third position. We see Jules now on the inside of Daz. Daz has got that 4.8 seconds of penalty. Oh, he runs wide as well. He's got the four-wheel drive. That will help him maintain speed over the bumps. Spin the camera around. You can see Nijogger. Just saw Mangino pit as well. Oh, a lovely move by Nijogger there. With the over-under, now they're going to run around the fast left-hander. He's just got more grip. He can run it flat through that corner while Daz can't. And he's well and truly away. You can see all the scratch marks on Nijogger's car, unfortunately, from the earlier Punterino, as Jimmy Broadbent would say. There's Jules, there's Nijogger. He's hunting him down. Ben in strong fourth position. He's fought it all the way back again, and it really shows. Actually, I think if Ben hadn't had those two incidents, I think he could be up, possibly challenging for second place here. I think Gadget's penalty's probably taken him out of contention for second, and he's dropped away. But Ben's pace has been, quite frankly, incredible. If you see Nijogger now, he too should have been in the fight, probably for second, possibly even the lead. Jules, oh! Jules brakes far too late, gets oversteer through the corners. We're on board with Nijogger, who's going to swoop round the outside. Now he can set his sights on trying to keep Ben close to him. Ben will need to pit again, Nijogger won't, as we turn through turn one. It's a quite a difficult corner, the turn one. Yeah, it's very undulating. You're going uphill, but it's slightly off camber and it can push you wide. Mangino. Oh, a little bit wide there. Better keep the momentum up, that's the most important part. Can he sling it down the inside? No, he's just going to fill V8's mirrors. Oh, V8 gets a little bit wide out there, he's going to compromise his exit. Mangino there. He has unfortunately got non-regulation number plates on there, but I have checked. It's just a graphical error. His normal number plates are underneath those, it's just unfortunately the game's displayed them. Board with Haldit and Rocker. Looks like we've lost another car to DC. I think it was Jammy in his final race, unfortunately. And there's Ben. Under pressure now from Nijogger. Outside goes Nijogger. Down the inside into the corner, and he's going to have that. Thank you very much. I'll see you later, Sunny Jim, or Sunny Ben in this case. Not really much Ben's going to be able to do here. He'll just have to sit, bide his time. Toyota GT86 is a fantastic car, improved by the update. So, come on board with Locust now in 8th position. He's had a bit of a quiet second half to this race so far. solid points for him. Not that it will matter too much, because we have also heard that Longino will be changing title sponsor, which is an unfortunate loss of all accumulated team points. We'll be changing from the Mobile 1 team over to, I believe, the Swan team for Season 4. Let's be it. And 4s and 11th. Rocco having a quiet race in 12th, he'll still get some points out of that. Looks like he's probably going to be pitting anytime soon. He's absolutely destroyed those supers. And he's completely out of fuel. In the quite thirsty Mustang. I believe other cars were able to get closer to 21 laps of fuel, but I'm not 100% on that. There's F1. It's just set a new fastest lap of the race after he pitted a couple of laps ago, and is a long way ahead, to put it mildly. This is very much going to be a walk in the park for him. Unfortunate last time not to get second position. He really should have been second. He made an error. See Plux completely outclassed this time. So the race is the best he's going to manage. Got Nijogger and Ben having issues. Gadget having a penalty. That's going to be good damage limitation for Plux. He will lose the lead of the championship to F1 again. Be closing Gadget down now. He was dragging Ben along with him. Just come over the crest, I'm going to brake just as you get to the curb. And try and sling in, control the car. Oh, Ben's gone a little bit wide there. And then again, late apex, the best you can through there. You want to get the power on early through the last couple of, the last corner and the little curve to the road. Brake, run it in a little bit deep here, and then flick it back over onto the apex, because again you want to leave the apex in. If you run too wide though, the road's got a, if you look, it's cambered in on the way in, it's banked up, but there's a little bit of rise to the road, and if you get yourself caught on that outside, it's quite easy to run wide. Let's run board with Nijogger. Right up to the back of Gadget. Gadget will still probably get good drives out corners using the four-wheel drive. He's going to be suffering with destroyed front tyres. Look at the state of those. As Plux will be pitting in. We need to fuel this time. And Gadget will probably pit too. And Nijogger take the second position away from Plux. Yep, looks like Gadget's on his way in. Nijogger, he's coming up to turn 1. Plux is running a little bit wide there as well. If he can get a good X out this corner, he'll have a run. Might be a little bit too far back. He'll have the super soft tyres. Looks like Jules and Ben are in as well. It's Lorcas who is the next person up, but he might pit as well, or maybe next lap. Yeah, Lorcas is going around again. Gonna get out side by side with Jules. Lorcas is going to have the momentum around the outside. There's Gadget on the fresh tyres. Still got his hazard lights on. Plux, who's just managed to keep it ahead of Nijogger, but Nijogger's going to be trying to chase him down. Neither of these guys need to pit again. This is racing on the road. As we see, he getting through that corner nicely. As we see, Nijogger gets a very good run out of that corner, and he's very strong through this hairpin. As we quickly switch back up to F1, who's already started lap 22. He's got around, must be 45 seconds. Or more than that, probably 50 seconds on Plux. F1 will pit again, but he'll pull that gap back again. It's going to be a bit of a dominating victory from F1. He's going to have the clean sweep. Enjoy it. His tyres are starting to go a little bit. He's going to struggle to keep up with Plux now. He needed to get him early on this lap. And there's Ben. He's going to be chasing after Gadget. He's only got to get within, that 4.8 seconds of the penalty that Gadget has. He'll get himself 4th position. Should be a great recovery, you're right. There's Lorcas. Strong 7th position, but he will be pitting. He's pitting possibly this lap. Yes, he is. But his final stop. And there's V8. Might win to the end. Doubt it. No, he might need to pit again as well. He might pit for a set of supers right at the end. There's Mangino. He's good to the end, I think. Daz in 10th. He's had a bit of a nightmare, it looks like, actually, because he was up in 4. Big slide from the Lamborghini. So we look at 4s there. And a quiet race for 4s, actually. Down in 11th. Which really does show just how poor the Cayman is around this track. Because 4s has been having some good finishes recently. And there's Ben up in 5th. Now see Gadget, which is always helpful when you try to close someone down and you can actually see them. Gives you that extra bit of motivation. There's Jules now in a bit of a lonely 6th position, but he'll take the good haul of points. A lot of drivers picked their Group 4 car based off of this track, knowing that it is a handling circuit and is brutal on tyre wear. There's V8 in the Lambo. Marquez comes out in 8th. There's Mangino. See if Daz can close anyone down. Bit of a wide exit there. But he's got a bit of gap back to 4s. Here's Rocker. A quiet race in the Lamborghini. And Haldo had a promising start. He hasn't made too many errors this time around, which is good. Nice to see him put together a weekend. Consistency is more important than out and out pace. So we are on board with F1 here. Has really been the class of the field. And has made Plux look very second hand today. Nothing Plux could have done. They had a good battle on that first lap until Plux ran wide. F1's now pitting and Plux is only going around the bank corner. Nijogger stayed with him though. And his tyres will fade quickly. And there's Gadget. Slowly being hunted down by Ben. Still got that penalty from I think lap 4. He's hardly managed to get it down at all, which really shows you how brutal this track can be on penalties. So they run through the centrepiece corner of the track, which is that long banked right-hander. So everyone slings it through. The last little complex of corners. Sending a new fastest lap anytime. Seems to be dropping Nijogger now a little bit quicker. With that tyre wear starting to cut in. There's Gadget, still with his hazards ablaze. Ben has really cut that gap, down. You see the difference in the line they take. Gadget no longer having the front grip to get the car over to the left hand side before the right hander. He's having to take a compromise line through there, and that's allowing Ben to really clutch up through there. There's Jules. Again, still having a lonely race in 6th, but that's going to be great points for him. He's had a couple of good strong finishes. Going through the rest of the field. This battle on track seems to be the Gadget and Ben fight, but this fight between the two Lamborghinis of V8 and Daz is pretty close too. We'll keep an eye on this. Oh, Daz just running a little bit wide. Really unfortunate. And there's pause. Rocker not far behind. We'll have to see how this one pans out. It has been a really unfortunate race for Force. It really hasn't got on with the track or the car here. And there's Halder again. Oh, makes a little error there. Just pushed it a little hard. But not the worst error we've seen out of anybody. And Halder still showing good improvement. There's F1. Same point of the track as last time. That car does look great through this section. Just trying to smooth it home. And there's Plux. Just taking the damage limitation route. Outside of that small error we saw on lap 1 where I think he was just trying to give F1 space and then he ran out of front grip. He's had a fairly clean run. Jogger's had a fantastic damage limitation run. Really should be in 2nd, possibly challenging for 1st. His one-stop strategy. Here's Gadget. Now really under attack by Ben. Ben's going to have to time this right, of course, because Gadget's going to have that 4-wheel drive. He can't afford to just dive it in there because he'll get out-tractioned. He's going to have to probably wait for one of the longer corners, I think, where he can use that extra front-end grip. Going to set him up early on into the lap. Of course, Gadget to take some compromise lines and then get him into possibly the long centerpiece right-hander. That might be the best place for it, where you can use that extra front-end grip. A lot of these corners, because of the banking, it's actually quite easy to hold on around the outside. You don't lose as much time. See, there's Jules. Nice line through turn 1 there. See the difference between Lucas and Jules through here. Lucas a little bit wide of the mark. There's one again, a little wide of the mark. There's a little bit of understeer in that corner, and you have to work really hard not to get caught out by it. Here's V8 holding off Daz still. And Four's still holding off Rocker. Since the Lamborghinis have faded later into this race, possibly the increased tyre wear of the 4-wheel drive system. Here's Halder. Let's go back on board with F1. Briefly with Plux. Jogger has started to drop off though. Let's go back on board with these two. Still having this same squabble. Gadget has put on a masterclass of defensive driving today. First defending from Lorcas, then now defending from Ben. Ben's going to try and carry the speed through the corners, but you have to let off again through here. He hasn't quite got the right line through there. Gadget got a better exit into turn 1. It's going to be a difficult one for him. Ben out of turn 1. Can he get the run? He's put out the slipstream a little early there. I'm not really sure why he didn't stay in the slipstream. Let's go on board with him again. see how much grip he can take through that third turn. As we go back through that long left-hander, these sort of corners I think are going to be where he's going to make the time up. So we just cut away now, just to keep an eye on the rest of the field. Okay, so he's still holding on to that 7th position. You can see how destroyed his tyres are. In a similar kind of position tyres wise. And Citroen does seem to kind of monster its tyres a little bit. And he'll probably consider changing away from it at the end of the season. There's V8 running right to the edge of the track. Daz is closing him in, but I don't know if he'll have time to make a move. And Rocco's closed right back up to 4s. Here we go, lap 29. Possibly the last lap of the race for these guys. And it's giving it everything he's got, but oh, looks like Ben's going to have a run this time, round the outside. Oh no, he's lifted off. I'm surprised about that. I would have expected him to drive it in a little bit deeper. We'll have a look here, but he's nowhere near close enough. We'll have to follow through. It's all going to be about this next corner, I think. This is the best opportunity he's going to have. Can he carry the speed through the left-hander down the hill? He's going to be able to brake later. It's all about braking after you get over the crest as well. Otherwise you lose bags of time. He's got a great run there. He's going to switch to the inside. Gadget's kind of given him the position there. And now he's run wide on that white tarmac paint. And that is bent through. There's no way Gadget's going to come back from that. Of course, he has still got the penalty, so it is slightly with naught. As we run with Ben, he's just going to have to keep it tidy, because I think, 20 seconds left, I think that's the end of the race for these guys. A great move by Ben, fantastic defending by Gadget though, to hold him off for so long. And it was probably inevitable. It's going to be a long way ahead of Jules. So he'll be able to protect that 5th position now, get a good haul of points. With Miller not here this weekend due to a real life injury, he's had to be out of this round. There's Miller. Now on to his final lap. Oh, V8's just going to hold on, I think, from Daz. I think the same for 4s. Oh, those tyres are absolutely crispified. So, on board with F1. Coming through the last few corners. He has just been unstoppable here today. Toyota being a very good car, but F1 has really shown and maximised its potential on a 3-stop strategy, always keeping it on strong tyres. F1's going to take the win by a huge margin. Maximum points goes to F1 with fastest lap and pole. There's Plux. Quiet race. Had nothing really to match F1. I've seen too many of F1's times before the race. I thought he might have a chance. He found a little bit in the tyre wear department. The new update to the Cayman, it has very much ruined what was its greatest strength, which was its ability to trail brake, and now just snap oversteers. And coupling that with the understeer on power, which was used to mitigate wrong gearing. Oh, just touches the wall there. Plux is going to have to settle for second with damage limitation. There's Knee Jogger. Great one-stop strategy. The top 3 all in different strategies. Should have been second if he had been punted off. And you can see Ben and Gadget have already come across the line. Here's just a replay of Ben coming across the line. Great recovery drive after what must have been 2 or 3 major incidents. Great work by him. Continuing with Gadget. Good recovery after that issue, but never could overcome the penalty. Shields with a strong 6th. Good work by him. And Lorcas with a great 7th position. Confirming himself as one of those to watch in the upper midfield. He had a good race last time, but had some mistakes. Cost him possibly a podium. Good 7th place for him. And Gino makes a return to the series. The car probably let him down. He actually had probably better pace than that car really showed. And V8 will just hold on from Daz. Great work by those two. Force will hold off Rocker to take the 11th. And a weekend to forget for him. And Rocker in the 12th position. And Halder will round us off in 13th. So after that dominating display by F1, he takes over the championship lead again by 3 points to Plux. Interestingly, both our two championship rivals have had 3 wins this championship, so it's going to be really close in the last 2 rounds. Nijogger holds on to 3rd with another 3rd position. Gadget jumps back past Muller after Muller's no-show, and Ben launches himself up the grid a little bit further with a strong 4th position. And then we see Mongino, Jammy, Fours, Jules and Lorcas make up the top 11, with Fours and Jules on exactly the same points. And then we've got everyone else further down. Catch us next time for the Group 2s at Saint-Croix. Reverse, Track C. We'll see what happens then. Thank you very much, and goodbye.